Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to yet another very powerful, very magical live with me. How are you all? How are things with you? We are almost closing 2025 as a year. Do you realize time is flying and we are yet ready to step into a new year? A very powerful new year is coming. I always believe that changes are always meant for something bigger, better coming to us. Although I know many of us believe that changes, people are scared of changes. People feel, अरे change हो गया, पता नहीं क्या होगा. Because we are so used to being in our comfort zone. So I'm going to wait for some time till more people join. I'm just going to take a minute and put my phone on silence. Otherwise, it will keep ringing all the time. Wonderful. Waiting for more people to join, waiting for. Yeah, I know I'm live after a very long time. I don't remember when I was live last. So it's been pretty long time. And today too, I was thinking, should I go live or maybe I was like, nahi, live jana hi hai because I've been missing these lives. I just love the lives. It's so much fun to interact with everyone, to hear from you and so what's the topic for today? Okay. What's the topic for today? Why do you think we are here? So I thought just a couple of things as we are almost about to close this year and we are ready to step into the new. So I thought just chat with all of you. And I know many of you are asking that, question answer session jo around 6 months ago hua tha, uske baad there hasn't been a question answer session. So let's see if I get time, we can have a question answer session maybe next week or in the upcoming week. But for now, let us maybe just, this one I thought we'll just chit chat and talk and connect to everyone. I'm going to wait for more people to join. No music today. When I later upload this music, when I upload this video, this live video later gets naturally, automatically uploaded on YouTube. And YouTube has a problem if I play any music. So I cannot play music. But I know music is fun, right? Come for our live sessions. Come for our live sessions because there we play a lot of music. There we, even our Zoom sessions, we do a lot of music. We play a lot of music and some nice catchy songs. And even when we have our, team trainings, we play a lot of music too. So sorry, I'm not playing music because YouTube, it creates some issues on YouTube if I upload it with music. But yes, till then. All right, I think let us begin and let the people who would like to join, let them join. Until then, I'm going to welcome you all once again to this live and It's lovely to connect with all of you. Keep pouring those comments, keep pouring those hearts. It just makes me, it gives me encouragement. You know, like just say how we get encouraged when in corporate places, when our boss praises us or someone says that you did a good job, just like that. I think for a self-employed or a, you know, businessman or a coach, when clients drop in hearts and positive comments, it just makes us feel better. So, well, all I can say here for now is, right. So, what is this all about? So, welcome to the live first and foremost. Uh, Great timings. December is always a very, most of the times it's a very relaxing month because people are just winding down. But this year, because we've been having some amazing workshops, this December is busier than most Decembers. So, that's the reason, you know, I'm still thinking, oh, this year, how many more days are remaining? But okay, so we have already a few workshops going on. I know some of you have joined the Ashtalakshmi workshop, and what a phenomenal response that workshop got. Thank you, each and everyone who joined that workshop, because, you know, I felt I just channeled that workshop on a morning. By afternoon, I was creating the posters. I was talking to my team, telling them that, you know, in the previous week meeting, we had planned for something else. And the workshop, I just channeled that workshop. I was in my morning meditation. I was like, okay, this is the workshop to be done. And I thought just 2 days left for the workshop to start. And will people actually join? Because usually I at least send, you know, 10 to 15 days before I put about the workshop. And I was thinking, you know, my logical mind was thinking, who will join? But about 18 people joined that workshop. So isn't that phenomenal? And every day, trust me, every day I'm getting great feedback from most of the students who are telling me that, you know, Ashwini, I did this workshop. I'm feeling so good. I'm already feeling positive. Some of them are saying that, you know, a lot of the worries I feel melting away. I'm feeling better. Some of them have also mentioned about how the workshop has helped them align their life according to the way they want. So thank you to each and every one of you who has joined that workshop. I am having fun doing that workshop too, and I'm sure, you know, the workshop will create this new wave of prosperity consciousness. What is prosperity consciousness? You know, we all, the kind of world in which we are living, people grew up um, demonizing money and encouraging poverty consciousness. Okay, now I'm making a very strong statement, but the truth is, a lot of times, most of the people would say things like, you know, there are rich people. Rich people are bad, or they say things like, you know, when too much money comes to you, you become proud, you become mean, you become unkind, and all of that. Or also, people say that, you know, don't be friends with rich people; they are bad. In my experience, I have always seen that, this is my experience again, that the people who are, in fact, I have seen as the rich people are among the kindest ones. They are very supportive, and they have no drama or no pride about, you know, that they are rich, and they don't treat you as if you are not rich. On the other hand, the fake rich are the ones who are mean and who are unkind. And, you know, this is what my observation has been throughout my life. And, you know, when you generally make um, conversations around money, a lot of people will always say that, you know, we are good people. We will not, why do we want more money? We just want to be happy. Now, this is what the poverty consciousness does. Poverty consciousness makes money as the demon or something negative. And the people who are, you know, people say that, you know, you struggle and you are in poverty, that is glorified a lot of times. And a lot of people even say that, okay, I don't want too much money, because if I want too much money, it will create problems and all of that. So this is the reality in which, you know, we have been somehow operating. But when I entered into this world of, you know, becoming an energy teacher, a Reiki teacher, a spiritual teacher. One thing I realized, and this was one thing which one of my mentors had told me, that if you are a kind person, now I'm not using the word nice here because nice is, I don't encourage people to be nice. I feel that don't be nice, be kind. Because when you're being nice, you're trying to please people, you become the people pleaser and you go into the martyr complex. What is martyr complex? Feeling that, मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला तो भी चलेगा, बाकी सबको मिलना चाहिए. That is martyr complex. Classic thing what supposedly people believe that good people do, right? Being sacrificing, being self-sacrificing, having no boundaries, letting people to step over you. All of that is considered as being nice. And in fact, if you have boundaries and if you say no, people don't like you. That is what is happening. So one of my teachers had said this very beautiful thing to me. She said that if you're a kind person, it is your moral responsibility to earn a lot of money, because when kind people earn money, the money goes into proper channels. If 100 kind people earn money, all the money in the world will go in good things, right? And I was like, wow, that's simply brilliant. And that's what she said, Ashwini, start charging your clients and charge them, because when you earn money, you are going to put it for something good. But imagine if a unkind, unconscious, anti-conscious person earns money, the money goes towards wrong purposes, right? So that's the reason if you are a kind person and if you're a leader, it's your responsibility to make sure you earn money so that you start using that money for good things. And I always talk about this. One of my mentors, when he had learned about energy healing and NLP and all these techniques, and he said that it was way back in 1990s, and he cured himself, and then he decided, I'm going to teach this to more and more people. So he used to book five-star hotel conference rooms every Sunday, and he used to call people and tell them, just come free, come for my sessions free, just receive. And through that, he healed many people who were hopeless cases, people who were like, he himself was told that he will not survive for more than 2 years. And that was 25, 35 years ago. And, now he is still teaching and learning and, teaching and mentoring people like me who are still learning in this world. So, and that is what I thought when, when someone who is really a conscious person who wants to make the world a better place, they put money into the good things. So this whole Lakshmi workshop, which it's just one last week is remaining, and super duper powerful workshop. There is so much about so many breakthroughs people are getting. So the whole idea of changing, when they always say that when more people practice something, it it creates a ripple of consciousness. So imagine 20 of us doing the workshop and me maybe 21. So 21 people listening to that. What will be the level of consciousness of Earth? It always creates a ripple effect around us, and it always makes the energy of the Earth, the planet's frequency to go up slightly higher. So well, that was the Mahalakshmi workshop, which is the Ashtalakshmi workshop rather, where we learnt about 8 forms of Lakshmi, and just beautiful workshop. And then we had the 12-12. Now, many people asked me that, Ashwini, I missed the 12-12 portal. What do I do now? And I said, actually, you haven't missed, because the portal to closing everything of this year opened on 12-12, but it will go till 31st 12. So you still have time. And this year's 12-12 workshop, it has been so powerful because we did 5 different processes back to back, right from forgiveness and Ho'oponopono to working with angelic energies to working with the access consciousness. We did so much. And all these techniques, which I actually did in that class, every day students are telling me that they're rewatching all of that, all those videos. And they're like, every day I feel something shifts. And, many of them, most of them are going to do it till 31st December every day. The effect is phenomenal. Again, I always say that don't carry the kachra of past year into the next year. And this is going to be very true if you're going to, be the one who is going to create the vision board in early 2026. If you are going to participate in the vision board, or whether you do it with me or whether you do it yourself or whether you do it with some other teacher, I think it's very important that you keep all the things which you do not need, you throw them away so that you create more space. Decluttering, right? So basically, what is decluttering? What you do is whatever is not working, you throw it, right? So when I tell people decluttering, we used to have a decluttering workshop previously till 2019. Yeah, we used to have a decluttering workshop in which I always tell people that anything if you haven't used for 2 years, it's clutter. Okay, unless you're going to start using it now and you are using it right now, that it's clutter. So I always do this. I take a big bag, a paper bag or a whatever plastic bag or a bag to just throw away, and I walk in all the corners of that room. Right from the bathroom, I look at which are the shampoo bottles, which are there is no shampoo in it, maybe um, old things which are not working. Start from the bathroom. Then even look at the pen refills which are not working, broken pens, broken stuff, a lot of paper which we keep. Once I found that there were bills, newspaper bills, which were 8 to 10-year-old bills were put in, one of the drawers. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I had to actually throw away because you don't need it. It's just occupying space. Just how you declutter your physical space, in this workshop we are decluttering your emotions. Maybe you had a disappointment, maybe someone lost job, maybe you had a fight with your friend, maybe something didn't work out the way you wanted to, maybe you were planning a beautiful trip but it got cancelled, or maybe something else. Whatever it is, whether it is worry, whether it is, sometimes we have so much pent up anger, so maybe it is anger, maybe it is worry. Keep it all, throw it away, and then move into the new year. And in this workshop, I'm actually teaching you how to do it. Because many people will say, Ashwini, let go to aap bolte ho, lekin how? This workshop is the answer to the how. Well, that is the workshop. It's still there. It's available on our website. Please let me know if anyone would like to join. It's very much available on our website. And it's, if you go onto our website and if you look into in the e-courses section, you will find that workshop. So it's still there. You can still do it. You just have to go on the website. You can buy over there, and you can always, and if you have any questions, you can email us. Simply don't forget to write to us if you have questions. They will be answered within 24 to 48 hours of time. So, well, these were the workshops which have been going on currently. We also completed one of the Dragon Healers batch where, we had 9 graduates who graduated as Dragon Healers. What a beautiful experience. What a beautiful experience each one of them had. And I enjoyed teaching the course. The next batch has just begun, and the next one will be beginning in January. And in January, we are also going to have the Reiki classes as always. We always start with Reiki level 1 in January, and then there is level 2 a little later. And towards the end of the year, we do the Reiki Masters. So, Reiki, this time it's going to be hybrid. It's going to be a mix of in person and online, though people who do not live in India, do not live in Mumbai, can always attend the online. But we are going to do a very hybrid experience. And this time it's going to be even more fun because we are introducing some new elements in the Reiki classes and Reiki learnings. So, yes, we are looking forward for that. And of course, the Vision Board workshop. How can you miss that? One of our highest, biggest seller workshops. And many people ask me, Ashwini, I have a busy job. I work in the corporate and I feel my life is on an autopilot, and I'm so exhausted that I have no time to actually think about my future. I have no time because I'm just letting things happen. I just don't understand when the day gets over. And I still feel that I deserve to live a life of joy and freedom and clarity. And I would say that, if you're watching this, this is for you. Also, another thing about vision boards is many people say that Ashwini, do vision boards really work? Okay. Because many of you will say that, I made a vision board once, but nothing changed. But trust me, you're not alone, because even I used to make vision boards for a few years and it would not work. And I would think that, does it work? But something very magical happened that I realized after 5, 6 years, those things started actually coming. I had actually let go of those things. Something I had put on my vision board, I really wanted it to happen and I forgot about it. And last year it happened. But we are going to actually look at this emotion that, you know, when many women tell me that, I feel so tired and I feel stuck, nothing is changing for me. I want a fresh start, but I don't want to, I don't know where to begin. Or even women say that, I feel it's very late and everyone has gone ahead of me. So nothing is wrong with you. First, understand that. Most of the times, it's just because you are so overloaded and you're so emotionally overwhelmed that you do not know where to pause and where to start. And most of the times, because you're so overwhelmed, you have no clarity because you are full of fog. Your mind is full of mind fog, right? So first, let's start with why vision boards fail. Very common question, right? So first and foremost, you may choose pictures that just look good, but not the pictures you feel aligned to. How many of you have felt that? I wanted I wanted a trip to this place. I am sticking the picture of, maybe Greece. I'm planning to go to Greece for the last so many years, but it's not working for me. It's been on my vision board for I don't know how long, but it's not working. Did you stick that picture because it just looked pretty, or do you feel aligned to it? Okay. Are the things aligned to your goals? And now goals, I don't mean just serious goals, because most people, when they think of goals, they just think of success and money. But goals could also be that vacation, that fun vacation you want to take with your family. Or it could be, something maybe you want to study something very different, very unique, right? There was a time where I wanted to learn to make some particular bakes, and I used to think that I want this on my vision board. And I have a friend who's a baker and she also teaches baking. And she said that, she had that course coming up too. But at that time, I realized that that was not what I really wanted to learn. All I wanted was I wanted to eat. So I still order from her whenever I feel like. But that's exactly, sometimes we feel that we want something. There is a difference between what is truly that you want. We call about should goals and we talk about should goals and we talk about those realistic, authentic goals which we want. Right. For the longest time, when I was in a corporate, I thought that I want to be this, I want to, climb up the corporate ladder and I want to become this. But when I realized what is my true calling, I realized that I want to just impact people. I want to make people feel better than where they are. And that had nothing to do with becoming a managing director or a CEO of a bank, but becoming a coach, right? So most of you who feel that your vision board hasn't come to it, maybe because you just create a picture because it looks pretty, but have you asked yourself, is that what you really want? Secondly, and this is very important, most people are not clear about what they want. Okay, because people are creating vision boards from pressure. I know this is a very beautiful case study, beautiful because it's very unique. um, I have a client who is in her late 30s, and for a very long time um, she and her husband were planning to start a family, and she did not have kids. And she was, every time she would say that, I'm putting a picture of me with a child, but things are not working. And year after year she would not conceive and she would feel heartbroken. And there came a time where she realized that, actually, me and my husband, we realized that it's not kids what we want. There are many more things which we are looking. For example, they both were training for some kind of sports activity, and she said that, at one point of time I realized that maybe if I have kids, I will not be able to participate in that sports activity. And then at one point of time they made this choice and they said that, maybe right now we don't have a kids, it's a blessing in disguise because we can devote all that time to the fitness activity. And that shift in her mind, just, changed everything, because she said, Ashwini, I was creating vision board from pressure because everyone else around me had kids. I felt I needed to have. But honestly, me and my husband, we have so many hobbies. We like to do so many things. We are studying further for some things. We are training in some kind of fitness activity. And we've decided that we'll go child free by choice and we are enjoying it. So a lot of times when things don't happen is because people do not have clarity about it. Also, most of us believe that when we are inspired, we want to have that instantly, right? Where people just keep on pasting pictures on the vision board, but things don't work. Things absolutely don't work. So, and most important, people are burnt out and exhausted, and they don't connect to the vision board. They just put pictures and they just go behind the job and responsibilities and family and all of that. And they really do not have that space to sit with the vision board and see what is it that they would like to create. Now, none of this is your fault if you're watching this, right? Because most of us thought that dream is, this word khayali pulao. How many of you heard this word? I remember the circles in which I used to be always. People used to call me khayali pulao because I had big dreams, and they used to always say that, you are so stupid. You have these big dreams, Ashwini. You have to be realistic. Thoda realistic ho jao. Put your feet on earth. And, you know, at that point of time, I realized that dream is only a dream if it stays there. But when you start taking those micro actions and when you align to those goals, that is the time you start manifesting. But manifestation is not some woo woo magic. It is being aligned. It is actually using the power of neuroscience, using the power of your brain waves, using the power of your subconscious mind, releasing everything which does not serve you, releasing overwhelm and focusing, on something so that you can manifest. So now I want to also talk about how what is the most important factor in vision board, right? So when I teach my students, right, I first tell them that, when you become the identity, when you become who you want to be, that is the first step. Don't think of it in the near future or in the far future. It will always stay there. So I tell my students first focus on the end, like Neville Goddard. We talk a lot about Neville Goddard and his techniques in the vision board workshop, but here especially I talk about who you want to become. How do you want to feel? It's very important that how do you want to feel? If some things you just want to put it for the sake of it, it's not going to work, right? But how you want to feel? How do you feel about it? And most important, what are the action behaviors? I always tell my students that short-term goals are always actions. You know, BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. Jack Canfield talks about big, hairy, audacious goals. My mentor Pooja Puneet talks about big, hairy, audacious goals. They are the huge goals. But what really matters is those little actions which you take. For example, if your goal for 2026 is, you want to get fitter, you want to lose weight, or be more fitter, have more muscle. And if you put that picture of your ideal body weight on the vision board, but every day you're eating vada pav, bhaji pav, samosa pav, jalebi, fafda, what else? Biryani, firni, rabdi. That is what you're going to eat every day. Every day you're going to have dinner at 11 p.m. and you forget about gymming. You don't even go for a walk. You don't even get out of your chair. How will you get that? So I always tell my students that, when you put pictures, also put pictures of you maybe eating healthy or something of that sort, where action steps are too. So identity plus emotion plus action. So I, E, and A. IEA. Okay. IEA is what you can always use, because identity plus emotion plus action is what creates a possible future safe and achievable. Okay. So now I will give you a very small example. So let's do a quick exercise maybe. If in any one area of your life, just think of any one area of your life which you want to, and maybe you can look at what could you choose in that, right? And what would you like to create in that? And now ask yourself, what is one action I can take for that? Okay, and I'm actually talking about actions which you're going to take, right? And now when you look at your vision board, look at it as both action, identity, emotion, and action. Okay. So apply it to your specific, your specific life and start doing it. So, if vision board was just about putting pictures, sticking pictures, sabko sab mil jata. But why do vision boards work for some and they do not work for some? So, in my vision board course, I always teach about the power of neuroscience. How to tune in your frequency. Your brain has different frequency. There is one particular frequency which is very important for manifestation. And unless you activate that frequency in your brain, you cannot manifest. You will still keep running in loops. And to break that loop, you have to get out of the frequency, the energy, which your brain is, where your brain waves are, and slow your brain frequency, slower down your brain frequency. There are different ways, breath work and meditation, and so many new ways to, make sure you enter into that state. So we enter into that state now. We use a lot of principles from the neuro linguistic programming. We use a lot of principles from the law of attraction and manifestation. We also do these deep activities of forgiveness, ho'oponopono, all of this before we actually reach to what our goals are. So, like, what would a vision board workshop? Why do you need to make a vision board workshop so long? You just have to stick images, you just have to put. But there are two things. So, like I said, the first part was the image, right? The action and your emotion. All the three things are very necessary. But just like that, what do you place on the vision board? Which part of vision board? There is a right of the vision board, there is left of the vision board, there is center of the vision board, top of the vision board, bottom of the vision board. Ask any of my students and they will tell you what is so important about those positions of pictures on the vision board. What kind of images do you need to put in your right? And that is all of this is based on the scientific thing, how our mind looks at things. Because everything we create from vision, right? If I tell you, don't think of a pink elephant, okay, you are thinking of a pink elephant, right? Now, did you pay attention to me saying don't? No, because you're already visualizing a pink colored elephant, right? Why is that? Our mind sees everything in images, and that's why vision boards work. And that's why it's very important that where to put which image is also what matters. So I always say that when you bring in clarity in your life, you become unstoppable. So when you are a person, and most of my clients are women, so I tell women that when you get clear and when you stop the overwhelm from, not help, when you're overwhelmed, there is no focus. Once the overwhelm goes, the focus begins, right? So to be happy, you don't need a new job or a new city or a perfect 5 a.m. routine or everyday exercising. No, you just need clarity and then you need to make your life according to it. Of course, when a new job is ready for you, it's there. When you are ready to work out every day, you can. Till then, maybe 3 times a week, right? Or maybe you don't need to move to a different city. Maybe in the current city too, you can create a life. Because when your vision is clear, your decisions become easy, your habits start shifting very naturally, and your energy becomes magnetic. So, if this, what we spoke about, really made you feel happy, I would love to invite you for my vision board workshop. I'm having a vision board workshop which starts from January, and I would like to welcome each and every one of you in that vision board workshop because there is so much which I want to offer in that. And if you want to know more about what my vision board workshop is, you can even join my free masterclass in which I'm going to walk you through the basics of vision board. And you can just, look at that as a starting point to begin with. And this masterclass is going to be absolutely free, where you can get a starter on what is it, because you will get crystal clear on what you want to create. You will build a vision that actually works. You will remove the fears which you will keep blocking you. And you'll also help you to create a daily action plan. And I also would say that if anyone who feels that my vision board, I want to make a vision board, but I'm already so stuck. I will, many students tell me that I'm feeling so stuck. Let me just get a little unstuck and then I will come for your classes. And I know a student who came to my workshop after 3 years of sitting on it. And she said that, I used to think thoda theek ho jane do, then I will come for your class. But I wish I had joined your workshop 3 years earlier. Things would have by the time changed. But I always say it's always a divine time. So only those who are ready will always join. But if you feel that you are ready, don't delay. And if you're feeling, just join in. And you can comment vision below and I will send you the invite for my vision board workshop. And the 2026 you is always proud of you. So choose clarity, say yes to yourself, and I would love to see you in this beautiful workshop of vision board. Thank you.